All right, week 16, the honors are in. Let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back to another DNS address. The regular season is complete. The conference championships have been crowned. The playoff field is set, and now the trophies are arriving. South Florida's defensive leader collected three of the biggest individual awards in college football. Old Dominion produced the best tight end in the nation. South Florida also added the most dangerous return specialist in the country, and 8 players have been named to the All American from DNS. Now it's time to turn individual recognition into postseason victories. 7 programs are preparing to take the fields. We got the bowl games, we got a college football playoff matchup. Week 1 of bowl season is here. Let's get into it. Our headline of the week is Grayson Howard sweeping the defensive awards. 1 award would have been impressive, 2 would have been historic. Grayson Howard collected 3. South Florida's middle linebacker has won the Chuck Buckart Award, Bronko Nagurski Award, and Dick Butkus Award. Best defensive player again, and the best linebacker in college football. Howard was the centerpiece of South Florida's defense all season. He tackled everything that moved. He lived in opposing backfields. He created turnovers. And when the Bulls needed him the most in the American Championship game, he delivered 15 tackles, 4 for loss, 1.5 sacks, and 2 interceptions. South Florida enters the college football playoffs with a conference championship, 12 victories, and one of the most decorated defenders in the country. Coach Matt, you have one of the best defenders in college football. Now it's time to let him loose on the playoff stage. Leon wins the Mackey Award. Old Dominion's championship season produced another major honor. Tight end Leon Haughton Jr. won the John Mackey Award, recognizing the best tight end in college football. Leon was a reliable target throughout the season. He created mismatches. He moved the change and gave Old Dominion balance alongside one of the most productive rushing attacks in the dynasty. Coach Crow already brought the Sun Belt Championship to Old Dominion. Now he has one of the best tight ends in the nation. JeyQuan Smith wins the Jet Award. Every kick to Smith came with a warning. Kick it short. Kick it out of bounds. Do anything except for give him space. Too many teams ignore that warning. The South Florida return specialist has won the Jet Award as the most outstanding return in college football. Smith delivered explosive returns throughout the season, including a 98-yard kickoff return against Florida Atlantic, a 99 kickoff return against Tulane. Every return had the potential to be a game changer, and now Smith has the hardware to prove it. Our DNS All-Americans. First team All-Americans are halfback Gavin Griffin from Troy, one of the most productive running backs in the country, a Heisman finalist, and the engine behind Troy's 11-win season. Wide receiver Kenny Odom from South Florida, a constant playmaker and one of the nation's most explosive offenses. Odom delivered touchdowns, critical receptions, and championship-level production all season. Tight end Leon Haughton Jr. from Old Dominion, the Mackey Award winner and the best tight end in college football. Mike linebacker Grayson Howard from South Florida, 3 awards, and now a first-team All-American. The man's going to go places. Quarterback Zach Tobe from Georgia Tech, a major part of Georgia Tech's defense this year for the Yellow Jackets with 8 victories and dominating Georgia in that season finale. Free safety Ayden Jackson from South Florida as well. Another All-America from the South Florida defense. Jackson helped the Bulls playmakers at every level. Our second team All-Americans, halfback DJ Crowther from South Florida. Crowther was one half of the punishing backfield that helped carry South Florida to an American championship and the college football playoffs. Halfback Malachi Housley from Georgia Tech. He's a versatile runner who constantly produced on the ground and gave a good option for receiving out of the backfield as well for the Yellow Jackets. 8 DNS players, 4 programs represented. Another reminder of just how talent developed across the dynasty in year 1. Our Bowl Week 1 look ahead. The awards have been handed out. Now it's time to play some football. 7 DNS programs are preparing to represent this community in the postseason. Our Salute the Veterans Bowl, Central Michigan against Georgia State. Central Michigan has won its final regular season game just for that momentum. The Chippewas did defeat Ball State, reached 6-6, earned a postseason football. Angel Flores experienced tremendous highs and difficult lows in the season. Now he gets the final opportunity to lead Central Michigan to a winning record. Coach Nelson, your team fought to every opportunity. Now it's time to finish with the trophy. Our Boca Raton Bowl is Liberty versus number 19, Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern finished Coach Bennett's first regular season with 10 wins. The Eagles responded to adversity. They survived overtime. They produced one of the most physical rushing attacks in the league, and they remained nationally ranked. Now Georgia Southern faces Liberty with an opportunity to secure its 11th win of the season. A bowl victory would complete an outstanding year one in Statesboro. But Liberty will not be intimidated by the ranking. Georgia Southern must protect that football, must control that line, and they must play the identity that has carried them all year. Built, not given. Our Myrtle Beach Bowl is number 24, Troy versus North Texas. Both teams enter this matchup looking for redemption. Troy lost the Sun Belt Championship to Old Dominion. North Texas lost the American Championship to South Florida. Now, only one can end the season with a trophy. Troy will look to possess one of the most dangerous backfields, with Gavin Griffin entering as a Heisman finalist and a first-team All-American. But the Trojans must recover from turnovers that cost them in the conference championship. Coach Burnett, 11 wins, build the resume. 12th would finish the job. Our New Mexico Bowl is Colorado versus Old Dominion. Old Dominion enters this as the Sun Belt champ, able to carry that Coach Crow team was already accomplished, and something that's completely permanent and historical. But the Monarchs now have an opportunity to build on a 11th win and another trophy. Rozier's coming off a 4-touchdown performance in the championship game. Leo's coming in with the Mackey Award. Old Dominion's defense proved it can create turnovers under pressure. Colorado brings national attention, though. Old Dominion brings a championship. The Monarchs' opportunity to prove which one matters more here. The Relkish Bowl with Minnesota and Texas State. Texas State had to grind its way to bowl eligibility. The Bobcats finished 6-6 behind a powerful rushing attack led by Jalen Jenkins. Now they receive a major opportunity against Minnesota. The challenge will be physical. The margin for error is small. Texas State can't rely on the passing game to carry the offense. Coach Dilla must establish the run, control the clock, and make special teams decide that it's not going to be another close game. A victory would be one of the biggest for Texas State. The Sun Bowl is Fresno State versus Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech closed the regular season with one of the greatest rivalry victories in program history. 52 points against Georgia. 8 regular season wins and multiple All-Americans. Albert Mendoza gives the Yellow Jackets an experienced quarterback. Possibly gives them an All-American running back. Tobe represents the defense capable of creating game-changing plays. Coach Derek has already produced a successful season, but reaching 9 victories and the Sun Bowl would place an exclamation point on year one. Our college football playoff first round, number 12 South Florida versus number 5 Texas Tech. This is the biggest game of any coach active in the DNS. South Florida enters 12-1. The Bulls are the American Conference champions. They have the best and most decorated linebacker in the nation. They have an All-American receiver, an All-American running back, an All-American safety, and the best return specialist in college football. Texas Tech, though, enters number 5 in the country. The Red Raiders have the ranking. They have the expectations. South Florida has the opportunity. Coach Matt, this is no longer about proving the Bulldogs belong. 12 victories in a conference championship already accomplished that. This is about advancing. Win. South Florida moves one step closer to a national championship. Lose. One of the greatest seasons in this dynasty already comes to an end. Protect the football. Lean on the rushing attack. Let Grayson Howard control the middle. Don't give Texas Tech anything for free. The entire community will be watching. Commissioners picks this week. Central Michigan defeats Georgia State. Finishes with a winning record. We want to see it. We're going to see it. Georgia Southern controls the line of scrimmage and defeats Liberty. Troy responds from conference championship loss and runs past North Texas. Old Dominion carries its championship momentum into victory over Colorado. Texas State makes Minnesota uncomfortable. And the Bobcats will need their best performance of the season to win. Georgia Tech defeats Fresno and reaches 9 victories. And then the college football playoffs, South Florida shocks Texas Tech and advances Coach Mack. No pressure, just the entire dynasty counting on you. Overall, Week 16 belongs to the players who made Year 1 unforgettable. Grayson Howard swept the nation's best defensive awards. Leo is the best tight end in college football. JeyQuan is the best returner. And 8 DNS players earned All-American honors. Those accomplishments deserve to be celebrated. But the season's not finished. 7 programs remain. Bowl trophies are awaiting. South Florida is chasing the national championship. To every coach preparing for the postseason, enjoy the moment, represent your program, represent this community, and finish Year 1 with everything you have left. The individual awards are in. The postseason has arrived. Now go earn one final piece of hardware. In the Department of Natural Selection, you select, we collect, built, not given.